Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another casted game. We're on the quick search ladder, and we've spotted the wild elephant, Aizamk, taking on Alieyugg. The map here is Sahel, with Aizamk playing as the United States, spawning to the southwest in the colour red, with Alieyugg playing as the Incans, spawning to the northwest in the colour blue. For those of you who do not know and been living under a rock for the last 10 years plus, Aiz is one of the most loved, most favourite members of the Age of Empires 3 community, known for his crazy strategies, offbeat meta playstyle, and sheer game knowledge. Aiz has been on a recent dominating run with the United States, taking many games off GG Revnak with multiple civs. I've seen the match history from him. I've gone on the companion app and checked that Aizamk has been lifting some heavy weights recently and is up at ELO level higher than 2100. So he's certainly been playing some fantastic Age of Empires 3 recently, and I'm hoping to see some as well. Quick check of Aiz's deck. He has quite a lot of cards in Age 1, including the Chinese immigrants. He also has capitalism, French, Irish, Dutch, like loads of potential options there for Aiz of how he wants to play. Looks like card number 1 will be the Chinese immigrants, which is going to be allowing him to send in a trading post wagon and also call trading post wagons from TPs as if it's a Minutemen type of shipment, and that kind of replaces the Minutemen function, or not replaces, it's an addition to it. It's a very, very strong Age 1 card. The thing is, Sahel is like the most perfect map for Chinese immigrants. So one thing I like about the United States, they do have multiple options. And I think some of the Age 1 cards, the Chinese immigrants and the Spanish immigrants in particular, are exceptionally strong and should be used more. But on Sahel, a map with 3 trading posts. Look at this. Aizamk, he's got a trading post rickshaw. He's going to build a trading post on the trading line. And look at this. Trading post. It's training a trading post as the levy ability to get a trading post on the trading line. He's now got 3 TPs on a 3 TP line. Like, Aiz has the entire line uncontested. Now, granted, if Aizamk was up against a civ like Malta, up a civ against like Spain, France, any other civ which likes to go for an Age 1 trading post straight away in the game, then the strategy doesn't feel as strong as it could be. But Aiz has soon had 3 TPs. Alieyugg can't contest. He's got enough XP to send in shipment after shipment. He's currently sending in capitalism. I think it's because he doesn't really have the resources to go for the French immigrants or Dutch immigrants at this moment in time. Capitalism could be used to fund a Dutch immigrants pivot shipment. And when you have 3 trading posts, well, you're not short of experience points. So we're going to be seeing loads of shipments sent back to back here from Aiz. Let's have a look to see what Alieyugg is up to. Alieyugg, one of the stronger players from the Asian scene, it has to be said. Going for Inca. Don't actually know too much about his playstyle, but I'm expecting some sort of standard, potentially pivoting it into more of a defensive building playstyle later Age 3. It's hard to say when you don't really know the player inside and out and how they want to go about their business. It's certainly known that once you know players, you can actually understand and know their playstyles. You can really predict how they're going to approach a game with strong certainty. For example, if you see Pirashiki, you'll see Spanish rushes. If you see Risotto, you're going to see Age 1 play. If you're going to see Kaiserklein, you're going to see very standard, traditional, micro-heavy composition and play styles. If you see Lionheart, you're going to see cheesy, gimmicky DLC, Musk, Falk. You know, the list goes on and on. But with Alieyugg, I'm going to have to say it's going to be a bit of Age 2 units, try and regain the map control, a bit of catcher booming. I can't really comment too much further, but Aiz, it's going to be everything plus. It might even be Marines. It might even... Oh, no, actually he hasn't got United States Marines in his deck. I'm surprised. But of course, he still has the Rolling Artillery, the Virginia General Assembly. Also, does have the Scottish Highlanders in deck, so ships 1 Highlander for each saloon, meeting house, and trading post you own. Like, this is incredible. He's got a card here which scales on all the trading posts that United States player owns, and you gotta remember that he's got loads of trading posts. Actually got the treasure still there, but unfortunately got killed before the actual treasure got taken. But I'm not too sure Aizamk will mind too much. I think the biggest disappointment there for him is actually having lost his explorer. He can't really get on the map to take the other trading posts. Right. Aging up, not with Virginia, but with Philadelphia here, going for Philadelphia Convention Card 1. Dropping down a saloon. That's the age up wagon, I believe. Yep. So, military wagon being built to make a saloon. There's a house going down. So, the saloon adding to the Scottish Highlander cards. The meeting house for the XP. I think Philadelphia Convention also going to give himself a very decent income. I'll have to check the base of the stat, but it does allow access to other technologies here. Pennsylvania Pound, Pennsylvania Cavalry, and Pennsylvania Rifles. Orders? That church wagon might go up just to revive the Explorer. Still currently down. Currently seeing some Owlhoots being trained from the saloon, so not going for any barracks-based units, just going for regular saloon-based. It's worth noting that with Sudanese trading posts, you can unlock the ability to train Askari and Center Horsemen in the Third Age. Also, I do see Askaris are already in the saloons, ready to be trained due to the map-based role. So the the meeting house is just a regular church with 0.7 XP per second, but he is researching here Pennsylvania Pound, and I believe this is the economic bonus that does grant the church a decent income. Let's have a look. Maybe I'm absolutely going crazy. I'll have to find out actually what that card does. I believe it is a gold trickle of some sorts. Owlhoots moving across the map. I guess Aizamk here is just going to try and pick up remaining treasures nearby the base. It's 35 wood. I'm training a cowboy. Currently has an Owlhoot in queue, but it's got to go for another cowboy. Pop heavy these units are, so houses do come up in time, and he should be able to get a couple out. Not too sure United States have access to a meeting house style card, but going pure outlaws here is an interesting shout. Actually picking up the Chasky is a nice little bonus. Owlhoots moving forward, and oof, they've gone. Just having a natural skirm goon competition in Age 2 is a very strong option here. Aizamk picking up the Berber camel natives here with the Chinese meeting house, well, the Chinese trading post wagon. Looks like Aizamk here on the Sudanese here, looking to take it. Going for the remote build, now building it himself, so that's going to be quite nice. Cowboys move in, but a whole bunch of jungle bowmen are there just to push back the cowboy Owlhoots. The Owlhoots are looking for the Explorer pickup here. That's plus 100 XP, so nice little pickup. Interesting to note, though, if you're playing Outlaws, you've got to be careful because your units do give double XP when they do die. So that Owlhoot kill gave away 22 experience points to the opponent. So Alieyugg also happy harvesting XP. This man dancing for wood. This man's dancing for wood. We got one llama on the trading post, and he's actually gathering 1 wood per second. That's actually quite insane in terms of just the return on that 1 llama. That's I mean, it's not a huge amount, but it's nearly 2 vils. Well, it is 2 vils. Owlhoot State Militia moving in here from Aizamk, looking to find some vils. Does find 2 vils. Bit of split micro here, won't go miss. 1 vil goes down. Second tagged, and that second vil goes down instantaneously. Third, Sudanese trading post being taken. I'm not too sure you can take the Berbers here. It's too close to the town centre, but Aizamk up to 6 trading posts. That's 6 trading posts, and a church, and a saloon, and a second church as well in base. Stable prepped, ready to go. Scottish Highlanders being sent. There is 8 Highlanders about to hit the field. These are 8 very strong Age 3 based mercenaries, and you know, unfortunately for Aizamk, Alieyugg's got a purely jungle bowman army, no other units, but those Highlanders are needed to get out just in case we do see some Chimu runners here from Alieyugg on the scene. He kind of needs them pretty quickly because the thing is, you can trade jungle bowmans versus state militia, Owlhoots and cowboys all day long, but that's where the Chimu runners get in. They get to snare that army and means they can't run away. Scottish Highlanders urgently needed here for Aizamk to provide any sort of anti-cav. He has no anti-cav. But here comes the strong reinforcements of 5 plus 8 Highlanders. And let's say if this reinforcements was 8 Chimus, I actually feel very comfortable about Aizank's position, about Alieyugg's position here. Flag comes down to try and boost his units, but I think it's going to be a little too late. All the bowmen here are going to get massive kills, but here comes the cavalry from behind, charging on the jungle bowmen. Jungle bows, they do actually not too bad versus cavalry, given that they had the poison damage, but in come the Highlanders, and the has to try and mop up. And the thing is, you don't want to let the Highlanders take damage. You just want the cav charge in first and see how much damage just a couple of hussars are causing. It's causing Alex so many problems here. He's just gone pure bowman versus mixed army, and I'm just seeing plus 11s and Highlanders up and close getting massive damage. So many jungle bowmen going down, and now Ace is calling the Irish immigrants at 10 minutes. It's going to give him 6 vils. That is a nice H2 economic shipment to send in. So maybe if you're looking at a player's deck and you see cards like Irish immigrants, Scottish Highlanders, we're thinking H2 prolonged, going for economy, and still more jungle bowmen. Is Alieyugg going for the jungle bowman only challenge? Okay, here's some plumed spearmen. Big button from the town centre looking to defend. Does have double war huts, which could provide really strong reinforcing fire onto the hussars. They do 45 damage per shot onto these units. Jungle bowmen is still microing down on the Highlanders. All the Highlanders are nearly down. Still one full HP. One has very low HP. 1 HP, in fact. Still alive. But the reinforcing hussars are just cleaning up the bowmen. No real response here from Alieyugg, and just not having the right unit composition to deal with this. No Chibi runs on the floor yet. A is here, going now for the Springfield Armory. Just quite content with how his position is, going for an Arsenal wagon and going for those 3 Arsenal techs as the game goes on. But I kind of feel that Cav Karas at this stage of the game, it's nice. I don't think he offers too much in terms of where we are in the game at the moment. Maybe we're not going for long rifles because we're not really going for state militia, but you do have Minutemen, and actually they benefit from long rifles too, so that's quite interesting play. Oh, Minutemen getting some good damage on the plume spearmen. They're going to have to retreat back out, and the hussars are now moving around to raid. Oh my god, look at all these villagers on the top. They're exposed. Alieyugg, he doesn't know about it. I think he does. Well, he does now. And yes, the spearmen are here to chase, but all these villagers will have to retreat out of the way. A nice little raiding action here. One vil doesn't go down, does go down, does go down. Second vil going down as well, but more importantly, forcing all the idle time here from the villagers as they had to retreat back towards the base under the protection here of the plumed spearmen. Minutemen just forming up the back line here. That's a nice little play, and they're going to get some good damage on the Minutemen. Overall, though, Exchange, if they take the fight, will be going in Alieyugg's favour, but with Minutemen picking off the villagers, it's just all these little things so good for them to see. Micro here from Aizamk also on point, moving it in quite happily, picking up a couple individual pikemen with the cavalry. You wouldn't normally want to do that as well, but when you've got the micro control, you know what trades are available to take and what are not available. Aizank's aging. I mean, Aizamk has already sent the state capital, gone for the fast age technology behind this, but I think Alieyugg is hoping for Aiz is staying age 2. That way he can get back in with unit mass, maybe upgrades on the bowman, but a third age up here from Aiz is pretty scary, because I'm not really seeing any answers here to upgraded veteran cavalry and Gatling gun composition. I think that might be how Aizamk wants to play. Card 1 is going to be Gatling guns straight away. Does have the 2 Red Sea wagons from the Sudanese trading post, and he's actually going to throw them down straight into double estates. Reason for that is, look at the XP, 120 for both, and that's going to give him another shipment. He still needs 600 for next shipment, but that's just going to help him go along a little bit faster. He doesn't need another... I mean, he doesn't need the arsenal, he doesn't need a saloon, doesn't need another racks. He's already got the buildings, he doesn't need any trading posts. Essentially, the only thing he can build is estates, but that's such good value, and that just really helps inflate the score. Gatling guns coming out, another Hussar batch coming out, looking to get Vet Hussars very, very soon. In the meantime, the Vet Sharpshooters will take some long trades onto the Bowman and Plume Spearmen, outrange them. Gatling guns charging in, and There's no reason to not go for another 2 Gatling guns, although the Pulaski's Legion looking to be a very strong option here as well. Could also go for Russian blockhouses, secure map, boost income. Gatling guns are now ripping into the Chimu's, into the Plus Bim, and Chimu's getting a free run onto the Gatlings. That's really awkward. Oh my god, the Gatlings going down. And the Hussars are hoping for the kind of end game cleanup, but not quite achieving that. More Gatlings going down just for 5 Chimu rounds. That's not really what the doctor had ordered, but does it matter though? The economy here for A's, the kind of progression, the upgraded veteran sharpshooters on Age 2 Spearmen, Age 3 Minutemen coming in. The SARs here from A's are still not really being upgraded. They've just been training any more regular units, and now he's actually sending in Georgia Hussars. Upgrades your Hussars to veteran status and reduces their cost. Okay, so that's why he's not upgrading them. I felt that was a bit strange. A's here trying out all these spicy cards, and yeah, so yeah, he gets the vet Huss and makes the rest of them cheaper, but he's already made quite a few. It's worth noting that A's in this time has been producing some Berber Nomads. He got 5 out on the field. That's so strong, that is, having Berber Nomads supplementing your eco, and the fact that you're in a space where you can supplement your eco with Berber Nomads. That's just so good, and you can see that in the score advantage that A's has managed to get. Kentucky Hunters are now being sent. Ships 1 additional sharpshooter for each shipment you've had in this game. Well, Aizank's had 3 trading posts the entire game, and all this extra native TP, estates building, fighting. It's got 13 shipments. Like, it's just one of the problems of trying to balance scaling cards is they inherently get broken very, very quickly. 13 skirmisher shipments in this age, and adds to Outlaw range as well, which is an interesting kind of addition. Aizamk could pivot back into Outlaws, but I don't think he will. 28 sharpshooters now in the field, and just this whole Hussar skirmisher combo being so strong. Gotta remember, in this meta, with the fact that Hussars being significantly buffed versus archers, skirmishers, that skirm Hussar combinations are playing very well at the moment. 12 vet Hussar on the field, but all these sharpshooters just doing some damage from long range, really good. Chimus do pick up some sharpshooters, but it's not enough. He's lost the forward position, he's lost his army, and big Aizamk here taking out another 2k elo plus player with some fantastic United States gameplay. Very different to the traditional in-base, straight FF, Musk, Gatling gun push that USA are known for. This is A's is using all creative tendons to try and figure out a strat to make the most out of the Chinese immigrants, the most out of the native posts, the most out of the Scottish Highlanders and the Alhoots scaling, and what a joy of a game to watch that was. Let's have a look at the villagers here. That Irish immigrants plus 6 vils at the middle game. You still have decent eco with the Pennsylvania Pounds, the Church Saloon base, and all these other things working there for Aizamk behind this. Does get up to the top. 40 vil age up to the 3rd age. Just so much more eco than Inca. Inca being hurt in base. There was 2 vils there being picked off by the state militia Alhoots early on, and then just cutting vil production was not ideal there from Alieyugg, but still raiding on the top right when pushing in. Very, very tough, and we can probably see that when the Highlanders and the Hussars get sent in, might even be this batch that's reinforcements came in, but when the fights started to happen, as soon as the Hussars made contact with the Jungle Bowmen, the army started to kind of collapse there from Alex's point of view. And although, yes, the Highlanders did go down, I think Aizamk could have got a bit more value from those Highlanders. It didn't really matter because the eco damage was done. Inca was starting to build the forces back up from the ground, and Aizamk still had all the trading posts, native posts, and could really use that to jump into the 3rd age and bounce off. The Gatling gunfight, not great from Aizamk, but he didn't need to be great. He just needed to trade off his position and just let the XP fund his further shipments. And just the remass there from Aizamk at the end, the Kentucky Hunters, more Hussars, and another batch of sharpshooters coming in clutch there. GG, well played Aizamk, showing us that the United States is not just a one-trick pony. They're not just a late game civ. They do have other ways to be playing, and it takes people with great IQ to understand how flexible a civ can be and how you can use that to your advantage versus other civs and their weaknesses. So I enjoyed that game. And I think you guys enjoyed that too. And if you did enjoy that and you want to stay for some more, then make sure you follow the YouTube channel, give it a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.